What's good, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Hurls and Smallz show. It's been a while. I feel like I
Been a while.
haven't talked to Brady in like 3 weeks. We haven't seen you guys in however long it's been. Dark, I was in the Discord with the guys the other day, and Dark was telling him like, "Damn, I haven't heard from you, Hurls, because we only hear from you on the podcast. It's been like 9 days. Where's my episode? I need my episode." And that 9 days was probably like 3 or 4 days ago. So it's been, roughly about 2 weeks since our last episode, since we last filmed. So we apologize about that last week, no episode. But just bear with us. Episodes here, is eventually gonna come out. But before we get into any football talk or any news or anything like that, it's been a while, so I gotta see how my guy's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a good majority of the blame for last week. I
I don't
was
think it
ill,
was your
so
fault.
several of them days I just wasn't available. But also the boys is busy. They making moves. We
Uh-huh.
doing stuff. So
Uh-huh.
I'm doing pretty good though. I'm finally starting to be able to breathe normal again. So
Mm.
that's a good
It
sign.
don't sound like it.
Uh, I got to work at about 6:30 in the morning yesterday to drive 2 hours and load at an airport. We were supposed to start at 9 a.m. Airplanes can't fly when the ceiling is too low, so we don't end up starting until 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have slept another 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Instantly pissed, but I was also pissed because not pissed. Pissed is the wrong word. I didn't really give a fuck, but like just a little tight.
Yeah.
Uh, there was four other guys that were literally on payroll that could have driven a truck, but boss man still calls the other guy that is part time to come drive it, who's an old ass man instead of one of the other guys that kind of. It don't matter. It was a good day, but
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing good. How about yourself? How's the job going?
I've been doing pretty good.
Oh,
Job's going good.
IRL baseball streaming.
Yeah, yeah. So my friend Yash, he actually like plays. Well, he doesn't like play baseball anymore, but he played. He played high school. He played, I think, middle school. And he always talking about like, man, I wish I would have took it serious. You never know what could have happened. And he said he wants to like take this year because I think he's off of school for like a year before he goes to like uni or something like that or whatever wherever he's going. So he's like, I'm gonna take baseball serious for the next year and see whatever happens. So he's been going to play baseball. He was doing it off and on like even before when he was in school, but now that he's off, he's been doing it a lot more. So he's been asking me to come. So I was like, why not? So I went with him one time, and then the second time I came was when we did that stream, and as you can see, I'm not the greatest. I'm not the greatest. My pitching is god awful. I'm out the zone on every pitch, every goddamn pitch. And if I'm in the zone, it's a fucking meatball where you're knocking it out the park. RJ is knocking my balls out the park. So I'm not very good at pitching. I'm not very good at fielding either. I'm not very good at
You're just
hitting
not an
either.
athletic guy. It's
Okay,
okay.
okay. I wouldn't say that. I'm just not a baseball player. But I did just start. But I did have one nice hit on the day. I took a video of it. I don't know if you were in there when it happened, but I'll actually go find it right now. I did have one nice hit on the day, but yeah, Yash said he wanted to go live, so I was like, fuck it, why not? I'll stream it. You can't fucking see it.
Can't
Like,
see it. Damn thing.
damn thing. Uh,
Clean your damn phone. Shit is disgusting.
You can't see
Yeah.
shit, bro. I'll send it to you or something. But yeah, IRL baseball streams.
Watching
Yeah,
it in
we've been
40p.
we've been going to play baseball every now and then. He wanted to go today, but I couldn't. But yeah, but work has been good. Today it was some bullshit today. I went in at, so usually I start at like like or not today, sorry, yesterday. Usually I start at like 6 a.m., which I prefer. I prefer starting earlier because it's like if I start at 9, it's like, dang, if I want as much hours I can get, I have to work till 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Whereas if I start at 6 and I work till 6 p.m., that's 12 hours right there. But if I want 12 hours and I start at 9, I have to work till 9 p.m. So it's like, I prefer the early starts. So the other day, he starts me at fucking 9 a.m., which I'm already pissed about because I don't want to start that late. That's usually the latest we ever start is 9. So everybody started at 9 that day and I was pissed. And then I only have one store on my route. And he did it for a couple of people because we didn't have many routes that day. So it's like, we're only gonna give you guys one store, and then we're gonna see who needs help after your one store. So I finished my store. I call up my boss. He's like, "Yo, does anybody need help?" And I was like, he's like, "Yeah, this guy needs help." So I take this guy's store. I finish that store, take another guy's store. So I do like 3 stores. It's like 1 p.m., 1:30. So I call him. He's like, looks like everybody's doing pretty good right now. You want to just call it a day? And I'm like, I started at 9. It's only 1:30. I've only got like 4 or 5 hours on the clock. So, I'm down to stay. He's like, you can go ahead and clock out and call it a day. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm like, damn, bro, like shit. So I was not pissed, but it's just like, bro, I already hate starting late, and then you got me leaving early. So it's like I got absolutely no hours that day. So it was some bullshit. But other than that day, it's been pretty good. I enjoy, like, time has flown, like, working at this job. Like, it feels like when I go in at 6, I look up and it's already 2 p.m. and I got a few hours left of my work shift. And so it's been really good. Like, my first paycheck, I worked, I think, 97 hours on my first 2 weeks. So I was like, if that's my first 2 weeks, I can only imagine what, my hours are going to be as it continues. So we'll see what it's like. But yeah, the job has been great. Life has been great. I have a trip coming up to Houston on the 27th of June, 27th to the 29th. I'll be in Houston. I think it's a Friday to a Sunday, or so, Friday to a Monday or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, I have a trip to Houston coming up. And yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else to say. But yeah, life has been great.
And we meeting up with Morgan while we down there.
Oh my gosh! I'm actually gonna text him. I completely forgot he was in Texas. So yeah, I'm actually gonna text him, see what he's doing. See, just even if it's something quick, just what's up, and that's it. But if he's anywhere near, I'll try to make it happen. Shouts out to you, Morgan. But yeah, life is great.
So today is the 30th of May.
Mm-hmm.
June starts on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. What? There's a 31st of May?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I literally thought tomorrow was the 1st.
Nope.
Okay, but continue. I feel like I know where you're going with this.
In April, we had this little battle of steps for the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I got killed.
Mm-hmm.
About halfway through, I threw the white flag.
No, it was a lot sooner than halfway through. It was probably April 4th that I got a text saying, we just want to do double or nothing.
Chill. About halfway through. So, double or nothing. I said the month of June. Are we still doing
I
this?
swore you said May. I could have sworn you said May, but we'll say it was June.
I definitely did not.
I may have to go back and find the text.
Run it back.
I'm gonna go find the text. I promise you, if it was May, I promise it was May. But we'll say it was June. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. We'll say it's June, and yes, we're running it back. Yes, we are, without a doubt.
Okay.
I think today I finished with like 24,000 or something like that. This has been a pretty good month for me, and I haven't even been trying. I haven't like been shooting to be first. I've just been there. So now that we're doing this for real, in the month of June, I will be trying to be first. I will be locked back in to my steps. So I'm hoping for good competition. I don't want to text on June 2nd saying July triple or nothing. I don't want none of that.
Nah, we don't do no triple or nothing. If you beat me again, I'll send the money.
Okay, all right, bet.
And then we might redo it in July, but it would just be a new bet.
Okay, fair.
But with that said, Darko, it sucks to see that you're gonna have to fall to third place in that little group we got.
Okay.
Because we know he's not keeping up.
Talk your shit. I respect it, but I just want to see some actions behind those words.
You only beat me in April because I literally couldn't go outside and walk.
Whatever you want to say to yourself, that's perfectly fine. I'll allow it. I just want to see some competition in June is all I'm gonna say.
I also am doing a little, not even a battle or anything, but my brother wants to do run a mile every day in June. So we'll see how long he'll keep that up for. I'm gonna guess about 7 days, and he'll miss one.
That reminds me, speaking of baseball, and you brought up the mile, I ran the bases. So the first time, it wasn't on stream. The first time I ran did you see the video? I posted it in the dojo. I don't know if you saw it. I set my line at 32.5. Do you think that's crazy?
I mean, I would bet a lot of money you didn't get it.
I smashed the under. I think I was 22 seconds to run the bases.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, I surprised myself too. Like the second I started, I was like, okay, I'm like, I have the video, and I was screaming at second base because I was there with my friend Yash and Brian. I was screaming as I rounded second base Brian, we slammed the fucking under. The under hit because I knew I was killing 32.5 seconds. There was no chance
How
I was
big was
going
the
over.
field?
It was regulation. And I think I was 22 or
Regulation
3.
what?
What do you mean?
High school?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd have to ask my friend Yash because he's
There's
the
no
baseball player.
regulation in
And
baseball.
he told me it was an official, like a standard size field. So next time I see him, I'll ask him and I'll come back to you.
Because my mind went to like MLB bases, and those are fucking 90 foot.
And it started because he showed me a clip. I forget his name. His nickname is like PCS, some shit like that. PCA. And he did it against the Marlins. He ran the bases in like 12 seconds. And it was like, holy shit, he was flying. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to see how fast I can run the bases. And I think I did a pretty good job. But then I tried it again on stream that day, and my hammy just fucking gave out on me, so I got hurt at second base. So I was like, all right, I'm done here. I'm not running no more. But yeah. And
PCA is also the name of the high school in Zoe 101.
Yes.
Banger show.
Absolutely. And then that also we've talked no football, and we're fucking 10 minutes in, but it is what it is. And then that led to, because I posted it in the dojo, that led to a lot of back and forth between the total guys. So when we have our link up this summer, we will be hosting the 2025 Summer Total Olympics because I came in there saying, I think my only competition when it comes to being as fast is Punks. I think he's the only person that's faster than me. I said maybe Suj, but I think Suj gives more of, he's a long distance runner. He's an endurance guy, not the most fast guy, but I think he can run for a while. And then I said Dark and Joe were no competition. I said my only competition would be
That
Punks.
was what I was thinking about. Who's faster, Dark or Joe? Like
I gave it to Dark. I was saying, I just don't think Joe's a runner. I've always said Joe has the body comp to be like jacked. Like Joe has broad shoulders, big shoulders. So if Joe got in the gym, I've said this since the first time I met him, he could be jacked. But I think Dark may be a little faster. I don't know. I've never seen either of them run. That's just guesses. But I think Punks for sure is probably the fastest. Suj will be some competition, but I think I'm right there second or third. So we've already decided we're gonna be doing some running. So whether it's 100-meter, anything like that, running around a track, some shit like that. They said they wanted to do swimming, so swimming will be a part of that. I think vert will be a part of it. Yeah. What is that face for? I can swim. But
I can't.
Joe apparently is like an amazing swimmer. Pook says he's a good swimmer. Well, I don't know, but Joe is a swimmer, so Joe will probably win that. Joe added it because he's like, I need to get gold in at least one event. So the swimming is for Joe. I think they said football, basketball, baseball, some shit like that. I forget what else. Joe said shooting, like guns, like a gun range, or I don't know what he wanted to do, but he said a gun range. Fuck. Like weightlifting. I assume it'd be like bench press. I said push-ups could be another one. So we'll see. We're still working out the kinks, the iron out the kinks, but yeah. Expect the 2025 Total Olympics, and your boy will be coming home with the most gold medals. Because I
got Dark busting y'all ass in basketball. I don't know what else he would win.
I'm the best athlete in total,
Dark,
man. I'm the best athlete in total.
Punks, don't take that disrespect.
Punks ain't an athlete. He's not an athlete.
Punks, don't take that.
He's an athletic guy, but he's not an athlete. He's not playing multiple sports. If it ain't soccer, Punks ain't doing shit. Punks ain't doing shit if it ain't soccer. So he's an athletic guy, but not an athlete, if that makes sense. He's a one sport guy.
Did you get crossed up by a nun?
Oh my goodness. And on that note, let's get into some football. Man. Holy shit.
We are running out of things to talk about. Y'all have probably noticed, for anybody that watched the last few episodes, that football is dwindling. We're gonna once again do our little outlook this week on the AFC East, and then
we're doing the AFC East.
Don't do that. We literally talked about it last episode.
Why did I do the NFC East? Nah, I'm playing. Let me stop. Continue.
I hate you. And then we're gonna talk about that weak ass sport that Herlin's suggested a while back. But before we get into that,
fuck the waffle.
A weak ass quarterback in the NFC West got more money than I'll ever see in my entire life.
Crazy. We won't see a fucking fourth, a fifth of that. Like, crazy, man. Crazy.
How we feeling?
I'm feeling good. I really like this contract. Also, Fred Warner. I don't know if we filmed since Fred Warner got his bag. I don't know if we filmed since George Kittle got his bag either. We might have filmed since George Kittle got his, but Fred got his and Purdy got his. But Brock, I like this contract for the Niners' sake, because the big thing for me is it's kind of like the Niners set this up to where Brock Purdy will be getting the big hit of his money when the cap goes up. So by the time Brock Purdy gets his money, he'll probably be around the 11th to 13th like highest paid quarterback, which is probably where he is in that anywhere from like 11 to 15-ish range. So if he's getting paid the 11th or 13th highest money, that's completely fine by me. His guaranteed money wasn't crazy. His annual money, I think it was what, $53 million. So he's right there with what? He's less than Tua, less than Dak, obviously. I think he's just below Josh Allen. I think he's below Trevor Lawrence still, or somewhere around there, below Jordan Love, I think. So I'm perfectly fine with this money. This is probably what I assumed he would get, anywhere from 50 to 53-ish. I thought 55 would have been a bit much, but 53 I can't be mad at. I like this contract for the Niners. They wanted to get younger. They got younger, and they had to pay their guy, so it only made sense that you gave them the money that you did. I think it ended up being, what, 5 years, 265. So this is what I expected, and I'm glad that, we have our guy locked up for the foreseeable future. I have no problems with the contract in general.
You said that he's still under Tua. That's disgusting. Tua, horrible contract. Yeah. And other one, Tampa Bay has the best contract in all of quarterbacks.
I can't hate you for that. No, I think it's Patrick. It might be Patrick Mahomes. But I can't hate you for saying Baker.
Patrick Mahomes is just so good.
Too good.
Bro, you see him say he's gonna leave the Olympics to the younger guys. Yeah. Like, that shit is so sad.
He's 30. He's 30. Like, it feels like he just started.
He's not supposed to be 30.
No, literally, it feels like he just started. But he was just throwing 50 touchdowns, winning MVP, playing Tom Brady in the playoffs, and now he's 30. So, hopefully that means, Lamar, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, they can sneak in there and get their one eventually.
These last 5 years were Pat Mahomes. These next 5 are Bryce Young's. The Buffalo Bills.
I didn't get your take on Brock Purdy's contract. I would love to hear your perspective on the contract.
I think it's too damn much money, but you had to pay him, so.
All right.
I think the San Francisco 49ers were so damn good because they kind of just, had Garoppolo on a smaller contract, and then you get Purdy on that tiny contract, and you can just continue to bring back your star players everywhere else. So they're just gonna have to play with less talent. And I think they're gonna be better off because they have Robert Saleh back, and
we traded for Bryce Huff today, which when he last played for Robert Saleh, he had that 10-sack season. So hopefully he can replicate some of that. So welcome, Bryce Huff.
Bryce Huff. Buffalo Bills, 13-4 in 2024.
Yes, sir.
The MVP is back.
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't seen James Cook at OTAs.
Mm-hmm.
His contract dispute is still going on.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman is healthy again after his injury. Who is their OC? James Brady. It's Brady's son, right? Joe Brady. Joe Brady admitted that after Keon's injury, he just never got back to the same form. So hopefully he can be a stud again when healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You still got Khalil Shakir. You bring in Josh Palmer. You bring in Elijah Mitchell. You still got Curtis Samuel. You bring in Laviska Shenault.
Elijah Mitchell? Didn't he go to the Chiefs?
Holy shit. Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
Same guy, really.
All right.
You got just a bunch of ragtag guys over there at receiver, and Josh Allen will once again make them work.
Mm-hmm.
Dalton Kincaid had a setback this year as a sophomore, so that's a sophomore slump, if you will. So hopefully we get a bounce back out of him. Dawson Knox,
I liked like 3 years ago. I don't know how I feel about him anymore. I don't know how I feel about it anymore.
And if James Cook, what do they do if James Cook sits out?
They're fucked. They aren't going to be competing if James Cook doesn't play. If he holds out, which I don't think he will, because I don't think anybody's like holding out anymore or anything like that. They may hold out a couple of games and the team will eventually cave in. I don't think we're going to see anybody hold out for an entire season like Le'Veon Bell did or anything like that anymore. But if James Cook doesn't report, they're fucked. They got to pay him what he wants, because he was a huge part. Besides Josh Allen, he was their offense last year. He was doing whatever it took for them. In the first half, he would put up amazing numbers. Then they'd go to their fucking Ray Davis and Ty Johnson or whatever, and just give them a bunch of low. But in the first half, you'd look up and James Cook has 100 yards and 2 touchdowns already. He would start games off so hot for them and just give them leads to where they could just coast the rest of the game. So if they don't have him and Josh Allen doesn't have that little dump off to him, or where he can break off a bunch of runs for them, I think it's going to be tough for them, especially the fact that they don't have that elite talent at wide receiver like they did with Stephon Diggs. If they had Diggs, or whatever Amari Cooper could have been, they could have maybe gotten away without having James Cook for a bit. But if they don't have James Cook with this core, I don't think they're competing at all, especially if it's for an entirety of a season, which I don't think it will be.
Is Amari Cooper on a team?
No, he's not. He's not.
He's a free agent still, huh? That's sad, man. Damn.
Yeah, it is. I thought he was such a good get for Buffalo, and then did absolutely nothing. Did nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same with
Also
Curtis
brought in
Samuel.
the bitch ass Bosa. Fuck, dude. You should have came and played with your fucking brother, but you went to Buffalo for what? For what? For what? For what?
To play on a winner.
You know what? You got it. But
he wants to win his division, not finish third.
First of all, we're not finishing third. The worst we're gonna finish is second. And did we already bet on this? Then we already bet on the Niners like winning the division or some shit. So stop talking to me. But yeah, the Bills this offseason brought back like all other guys. Like you said, re-signed Greg Rousseau, Terrell Bernard, Christian Bedford, Josh Allen, Khalil Shakur, and they drafted Maxwell Harrison and TJ Sanders. And I've been saying their defensive line needs to be able to get some pressure on quarterbacks late in the season, because Patrick Mahomes, whenever they play him in the playoffs, is able to run around and do whatever he wants. So hopefully they're able to do something with the additions of Joey Bosa and TJ Sanders. Hopefully they're able to do something late into the season. I'm praying. I pray this is the year that they can get them and the Ravens. That's what I had written down. Similarly to the Ravens, can one of them get over the hump? Can one of them just beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs? I don't give a fuck who it is. We've seen Joe Burrow do it already. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, can one of you guys beat Patrick Mahomes when it matters? Please, I'm begging. I don't give a fuck about the Ravens or the Bills, but just for their sake, I'm begging that one of them can beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl for once. Please.
Josh Allen can't.
Oh,
but a different quarterback in his division can. But I like what you were saying about their defensive line. I think they're just going to be a whole lot better with Bosa and Greg Rousseau across from each other. TJ Sanders should be really good in their run game. They drafted Maxwell Harrison, Jordan Hancock, and Dorian Strong this year, and I think those are all cornerbacks that can genuinely make an impact. Maybe not like week one, but as the season goes on, even if it's just depth guys, I think that they'll be important for this franchise. And I'm very invested in what this defense can become later on in the season, because we know what the offense is going to do. We know who Josh Allen is.
The regular season doesn't matter for this team. I think this is another cakewalk to the first seed in their division. I think it's another cakewalk. The Patriots will be competitive, but I think in terms of just the division overall, I think they're easily going to just win the division. So the playoffs are what matters for this team, because they will easily get into the playoffs. So winning those 4 games or 3 games, whatever it may be, that is what matters for this team. They're a 4-game team, not a 17-game team. Get it done, Josh Allen, please.
Or don't.
You or Lamar, one of you two get it done, please.
Josh Allen's a weird situation where I love Josh Allen, but like, if he loses, I'm not upset. You know? Not
that I'm upset, or it's like, dang, they're gonna be talking shit about Josh Allen.
Like, Lamar. I know what you're saying.
Lamar gets a lot more shit talk. Josh Allen doesn't seem to get the flack that Lamar does. But I will say, Josh Allen does perform a lot better than Lamar when he loses. But Josh Allen still should get some flack for never, getting over the hump. But I see what you're saying.
How am I supposed to talk shit to Josh Allen when he going home to that?
You somehow bring it up every single time.
The Miami Dolphins went 8-9 in 2024, and they are pretty easily my pick to lose this
The
division.
division. That's what I had written down. Are they the last place team in this division?
100%. And if they're not, I'm so mightily disappointed in the Jets.
Because that's what I was gonna say. It's not the Patriots. The Patriots, I don't think, are in the discussion. I think the Patriots finished second in this division. I think last is up to the Jets or the Dolphins.
Tua is still Tua. Can he stay healthy? Will he ever be worth his money? Will he ever play all 17 games? I don't know. I don't want to mention the brain thing, but there's even among or beyond that, there's just so much that goes wrong with him. And aesthetically, left-handed quarterbacks not good for me. I'm a very big non-fan of them. And on the same wavelength, can Devon Achane stay healthy? Because when he plays, he's amazing. But that's a big win, and I mean he played a lot more this year than his rookie year. But they don't really have a second option. They draft Ollie Gordon, and that's cool and all, but you lose Raheem Mostert. Jeff Wilson, I don't know if he's even still there, but he's old if he is.
Former Niner.
I don't like Ollie Gordon, and then on the receiving front, Jonnu Smith was just in trade talks yesterday with the Steelers with. Steelers don't do that.
I don't understand it. But Mike McDaniel may have the hottest seat in the league. I think his seat is burning hot. I think it's burning hot. The Dolphins start. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a mid-season.
Nobody's is more than Dable though. So
for understandably, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins start off slow and he's a mid-season fire. I'm not a fan of mid-season fires, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens because it's just too many times. This team cannot beat good teams. Ever since he's got there, the Dolphins have always been a fun, high-powered offense that will just never beat the good teams. They'll beat up on the bad teams, beat up on the Jets in their division, beat up on the Patriots in their division, but they always get beat the hell out of by Josh Allen. And once they get to the playoffs, if they get to the playoffs, you know it's always a one and done. Their first game, they're getting bounced. We saw what they did in KC. Granted, it was like -2, but they were a no-show. So this team just never performs when it matters, and that does fall on your quarterback and your head coach. I think both of them play a huge part because Mike McDaniel's play calling has always just been god-awful when it has mattered the most. We saw what he did, granted, when it wasn't Tua, but you just didn't put your backup quarterbacks or whoever you brought in, whether it was Tyler Huntley, you just didn't put them in position to win. You just didn't adapt and, change things around to make it easier for them. And aside from coaching and Tua, Jalen Ramsey is tweeting as if he's just for sure gone.
He's gone.
Tyreek Hill, are you gone? I don't know what's going on over there. We've been talking about literally since the day they got eliminated from the playoffs contention. He said he was gone. He said he was gone. He wants to go win. Literally since the day they lost, he said he wanted to go win. So what's going on with that? I'm just not a fan of the entire Dolphin situation right now, especially if when they trade Jalen Ramsey, their secondary is going to be awful. You lose Javon Holland as well this offseason. I'm just not a fan of what the Dolphins got going on. I think this is a team that's looking to blow it up.
You got the Raiders?
I think it was the Raiders. I can look it up to make sure, but I think it was the Raiders.
I remember Javon Holland going somewhere. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just remember him going somewhere where I really liked the fit.
But yeah, I think this is a team where we're looking for, like, in the next year or two, that is gonna the Giants. Yeah, that is gonna blow it up. That is gonna blow it up, and it's gonna be tough to do that when you have two at quarterback. But maybe there's a quarterback just desperate team that will just take him on. But it's gonna be tough for the Dolphins, and I think it starts with your coach in Mike McDaniel. Like I said, if it's a slow start, I think he has to be gone.
I'm so over Tyreek Hill. Like, I just don't care anymore. He's not a great person. He always is. It's like every 2 weeks he has a timer set to post the deuces on Twitter. Jalen Waddle, he was so fun his first couple years, and he didn't do a damn thing last year. They signed the best touchdown catcher in all of football in Nick Westbrook-Ikine, but he doesn't really do anything the first 85 yards of the field. I don't like the Dolphins. If they're not bottom of the division, like I said, I'm very disappointed in whoever ends up.
I think anything over 500 is a win for the Dolphins this year, honestly. Not that that's where you
Yeah,
want
for
to be,
sure.
but I think just over 500, you probably had a good season. That's a good season for you because I don't think there's a world where the Dolphins win double digit. By over 500, I literally mean 9 wins because I don't think there's a world where they win 10 games. I really don't. I just don't think this team is good. And I'm not a huge Tua hater, but I just don't know what the ceiling is with Tua. I really just don't know, even if he is healthy. Because at times, like he had a stretch last season when he came back from being hurt where he was putting up insane numbers, but and I'm not an empty stats guy, but it just felt like those numbers just didn't mean much. It felt like it really didn't mean anything because if you really watch the games, it really just didn't seem like Tua was any different than what he always was. It just felt like it was just more numbers he was putting up, but he just still felt like the same guy to where he's not going to have enough zip on those balls to get it outside the numbers and, you know, be able to get it past somebody to get it receivers. It's always going to be a cornerback undercutting that. He doesn't have the greatest deep ball accuracy. You'll see him underthrow deep passes. So I just don't know what the ceiling is with Tua on the Dolphins or anywhere for the fact, but I just don't know. I'm just not a fan of the Dolphins this year or going forward.
Me neither. I really like them taking Quinn Ewers in the 7th round, though. Hopefully, he can be their backup for now, and maybe at some point he can get a chance to start. The New York Jets.
Who is Justin Fields? That's the first thing I had written down.
I would like to pledge my fandom. All Jets fans out there.
I like that.
I'm happy to be aboard.
I like that.
I'm glad. I'm glad to be on this ship. You are one of my 5 teams for the season.
Five?
If I say sorry, six. I'll say 6 teams.
Okay.
If I say 6 teams, you think you can guess them?
Yeah. The Vikings, the Ravens, obviously. You just said the Jets. The Patriots are one of your teams this year too. No, really. The Cardinals are always going to be.
Love the Patriots.
The Cardinals are always going to be, especially with their draft. I know you love them even more. Is that 5 or 4?
That was 4.
Who else would be your teams? The Bucks. You're a Baker guy. What?
I don't like Bucky Irving.
Why? That might be all I can guess, to be honest. I don't know.
Ohio State.
Would be. Oh, so you're a Texan. You're a Texan. Is this next one Ohio State as well?
It's not Ohio State related, even in the slightest, but I rocked with their quarterback maybe more than any other team in the entire league last year.
Oh, Bryce Young, the Panthers. Okay. All right.
Plus they draft Nilo. Oh, I can't wait for Panthers.
No Patriots. I know you love their offseason like everybody did. You get Stephon Diggs, and we saw him on that boat with the whatever that was. You know, we won't get into speculation, but I'm surprised you're not a Patriot.
I really like what the Patriots have done, but I'm not all in yet.
Okay.
But because they said that Diggs might be out until week 4, so if he's not playing, then I don't really. I love Jalen Pope. I like Javon Baker, but Kendrick Bourne, Keyshawn Boot. I don't. Oh, they got Travion though. All right, I'm like half in on the Patriots.
Okay.
Plus, they still got Jabril over there. Oh,
so 7 teams. So 7 teams. The Patriots are on.
No. 6.5. 6.5. Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we?
Mm-hmm. Yep. First question. Who is Justin Fields?
At Ohio State, Justin Fields was the most electric guy in damn near all of college football to watch. He goes to the Bears. Justin Fields is damn near one of the most electrifying guys in all of the NFL to watch.
Fun fact, Justin Fields is the guy I wanted the Niners to take in that draft. Because I know
it was
a lot of Mac Jones talk. I definitely didn't want us to take Mac Jones. It was Zach Wilson, who I didn't think was going to fall, but if he did fall, obviously I wanted Zach Wilson or Justin Fields. But we obviously took Trey Lance, and we know what happened there.
Trey Lance, come on the pod.
Come on the pod.
Justin Fields, if you think about the Jets' current roster, he's never had a line this good. If you think about the Jets' current weapons, they're bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
But he damn near has is it his best?
It might be Garrett Wilson and Brees
just
Hall.
Receivers, because
that might be it.
Just receivers, because running back wise shits on anything he's ever had. He had Monty his first couple years in
Najee.
Come on now, Najee or Brees and Braylon Allen, and I love Najee, but
I'm not a Najee guy.
Those are two different. Garrett Wilson or DJ Moore.
Garrett Wilson
now, or the best we've ever seen DJ Moore.
Garrett Wilson.
It, you got Mason Taylor, rookie tight end coming in. Arian Smith picked in the 4th round. I think by the end of the season, he's the receiver too. I love everything I'm seeing from him out of their practices. You bring in Josh Reynolds from Detroit, who I don't really like, but a big body for them over there. Alan Lazard is gonna Alan Lazard. That's oh, I can't wait. You draft Armand Mimbo and in an already good offensive line. I'm excited for Justin, man. This is the most excited I've ever been for Justin. And go to say last season, if I would have told myself you're going to be more excited for Justin Fields than you will for CJ Stroud, I wouldn't have believed it.
Mm-hmm. And I like I said, I wrote down who is Justin Fields. I think this is, whether we find out or not, I guess, I think this is not it in the sense of like he's just never gonna have another job. But I think this is it for Justin Fields, where it's like, okay, we're gonna bring him in and see if he can be our starter. I think this is it for Justin Fields. You know, I liked him a lot
I
with
would agree.
the Steelers. I was like, okay, this could be their guy, but then they went back to Russ. But I think it's no more excuses. There's no Russ behind you anymore. You have the keys to this franchise. So I think this is it for Justin
Tyrod?
Fields to have. No, I think this is it for Justin Fields to have that starting, lockdown job secured. I think this is it. This is his last chance.
I was telling my man the other day that 3,200 yards for Justin, just air wise,
Mm-hmm.
is a good season for him.
For sure. Because that's accompanied by, if he plays the entire season, 800, 700 yards on the ground. So for sure.
And he said that the only thing he wants to see is for Fields to have less interceptions than touchdowns, which is obvious. But like, I'm not even worried about his touchdown to interception ratio. It's just like silly fumbles when he does take off. I don't want fumbles to lose them drives when he doesn't need to.
Yeah, I don't think interceptions will be the problem, because it wasn't the problem last year for him. He protected the ball pretty well through the air, I think.
And coaching will matter, and we'll see what Aaron Glenn is. I like that they're giving Aaron Glenn the keys completely. He said he's not going to be calling their defense, so we'll see if the guy he brought in. I don't know either of their coordinator. I'm a casual, damn. But we'll see what their coordinators can do under him. We'll see if he can fire up a team. I love that they gave him the keys, as I mentioned. You lose C.J. Mosley, you lose D.J. Reed, you lose Solomon Thomas, but you re-sign Jamie and Sherwood to a big contract. You re-sign Jamin Davis to a big contract, so you got the middle of your field locked down. Azarie Thomas, who I wish I had the clip right now of you trying to pronounce his name when you did the little recruiting thing, because it was hilarious. But I think he's going to be amazing, and then you bring in Andre Sisco at safety, who I've always liked. I'm excited, man. The Jets, probably the second most team I'm excited for this whole season. The Panthers are number 1. The Falcons are close, but like obviously like the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, the good teams. But I'm saying like teams to switch it around
that are not just the contending teams. I get what you mean. I also, you talked about it, but I had Aaron Glenn written down. I had year 1 Aaron Glenn. What will the culture and the vibe of the Jets be? Because last season it just felt like there was just a dark cloud over the Jets. I said it last year. It's last season. It was like they were kind of the Lakers of the NFL. Like it was just like, what's going on over here? It's like when the Lakers had Russ and they were just terrible. They just couldn't win games. They just looked bad when they had talented players on the roster. It's like, what's the problem over here? And I also had written down, was Aaron Rodgers the problem? I think we're going to see that this year. Was Aaron Rodgers the issue over here? Or was it more than him? Was it solely him? Was it him and, something else? And the last thing I had written down for the Jets was Breece Hall. We need a bounce back season. We want to see Breece Hall from 2 years ago. We can't have the Breece Hall from last season that was averaging 3-point-something yards a carry. We just can't have that. Breece Hall is too damn good. People had him as the second best running back coming into last season, and he was nowhere near that this past season. Nowhere near that. So, Breece Hall, I'm looking for a bounce back for you, and they're going to need you, especially with that weakened wide receiver core. You don't have Devontae Adams out there anymore. It's really just Garrett Wilson. So, they're going to rely on Breece Hall a lot, especially in the passing game as well. Justin's going to need you to be that little security blanket for him. So, Breece Hall, I'm looking at you to have a major bounce back season.
And obviously, we'll see what Aaron Glenn can do, but I'm already on board. I don't know if you saw the clip of Aaron Rodgers talking, but they called him for a meeting instead of just having it on the phone. Like, they asked him to come in person and everything, so he made the long-ass flight to New York. And they're like, so are you playing? Are you hanging it up? What's your plan? And he was like, I'll talk to the family. I'll see how everything's going, and then I'll let you know. and he was expecting it to be like hour-long meetings so they could,
Mm-hmm.
figure out where things were going to go. And Aaron Glenn just looked at him and said, all right, well, we're going to move and go in a different direction. It was like a 5-minute meeting, and he flew all the way to New York for the fact.
I respect it.
For sure. I think that he was trying to like figure out if he was about it or if he was playing his little games again. And he played his little games.
Yeah, man.
Said fuck it.
Yeah.
And it's almost June, and Aaron Rodgers is still playing his little game.
And Aaron Rodgers said, I vividly remember him saying, I'm going to make this quick. I'm not going to drag this out. I don't know if he just meant in the sense of just him retiring or not, but he said at the end of the season, I think it was his whether it was his post-game presser of the last game or his exit interview, I vividly remember him saying, I am not going to drag this process out. I'm going to make it known pretty quick. So it might have been just about retirement in general, but Aaron Rodgers, just fucking sign the contract with the Steelers. There's nowhere else. It's either you're not playing this season or you're with the Steelers. So just sign the fucking contract over there and get on about your day. Please.
Don't sign the contract. Don't sign the contract. Will Howard season.
Fuck the Steelers.
No, it's fuck the Steelers unless they sign Will Howard. Or unless they start Will Howard. That would be fun. 6th-round rookie, national champion, coming in and starting immediately, day one. John Gruden's little
3 wins.
Well, they're beating the Browns twice.
Okay, 3 wins. And their other one win will be they always beat the Ravens once, so there's your 3 wins right there.
So Will Howard's beating the Super Bowl champions his first season. I mean, I'm down.
I guess Shador Sanders is having the greatest rookie season of all time then. Let's move on.
You said beat the Ravens.
But then I also said you also said beat the Browns twice. Ravens aren't winning the fucking Super Bowl, man. Fuck the Ravens. Fuck the Ravens!
The Cardinals are winning the NFC West.
Let's move on.
The New England Patriots, 4-13 in 2013.
That's gonna be last. Continue.
You know what's crazy?
Huh?
The NFC West is your division, and my quarterbacks are 2 of those teams. I basically own your division. That's crazy. Anyways.
Okay. Damn it, I unplugged my mic.
We're gonna be 3rd and 4th in that division. Another first-year coach.
Goddamn, I'm glad. Thank you. I appreciate that.
By we, I meant like me and you. You know, Sam's gonna be 3rd, and y'all gonna be 4th.
Okay, let's get to the Patriots.
Mike Vrabel never got to the places he wanted to be in Tennessee. They move on.
I loved him in Tennessee.
They get Cam Ward now, but loved him in Tennessee. Derrick Henry, wow. He gives himself a Derrick Henry reincarnated because TreVeyon Henderson's going to be best running back in football year 1. Drake May finally has an inkling of talent around him. Mm-hmm. Last year, we were blocking for him while also going to catch the passes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You got Stephon as your wide receiver 1. Hopefully, if he gets off of the boats. Because, bro, when he's training, he looks so lethal right now. But then that clip comes out of him, and then it comes out he might not be ready till week 4, and it's just, damn, Stephon. What are we doing, bro?
Paper said, we're aware of the situation or whatever, and we're monitoring, and, so I don't even want to get into that, but I just hope it's not what the people thought it was. Maybe it was just, glitter, some flowers, some
Come on, bro.
Let's move on.
Ain't you supposed to be with Cardi B too?
That's what are we doing? First of all, I didn't know they were together. I just saw I saw a tweet of him on the boat, and I saw like Stephon Diggs flirting with other girls while dating Cardi B, and I was like, oh, he dates Cardi B. I had no clue.
They was just at a playoff game together, NBA.
Really? What game?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
No. Yeah. If it was any other Timberwolves series, I haven't watched the Timberwolves barely this playoffs. If it was a Thunder game outside of the Nuggets series, I wasn't really watching.
Celebrate Knicks game 4. So it was the Knicks versus the who they played last round. The Knicks played
the Celtics. The
Celtics. Yep.
Really?
It was in your own series, man.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that. Game 4, and that's the Jason Tatum game. I don't remember that at all. Yeah. 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 Patriots.
Man, shout out to Cat. Heal up real fast, please. Stephon as receiver one, hopefully. If not, I love the prospect of Kyle Williams. I think he's going to be amazing with Stephon, especially. If not, I guess Kendrick Bourne plays that role until Stephon can come back.
Former Niner.
Who stays? 6 receivers. Who gets cut? You got Kendrick Bourne, Kayshon Boutte. You got Matt Collins.
Not that Kendrick Bourne is the least talented of the group, because he's not, but I just think he's just the odd man out. I think it's just about time he just get him out of there. And again, not that he's the worst, but I think he's not one of the younger guys. He might be I don't know. Him and Diggs are the 1 and 2, but I think Diggs may be a little older than him. But I just think he's an outcast in that locker room. See, that sounds like he's just the odd man out. He's just the odd man out. Yeah, he's just the odd man out. I think it's Kendrick Bourne to be the guy that you should move on from, because he's just not a.
I just saw him talking on TikTok too. He seems like
he's always on TikTok Live. I love him. Yeah, he's always just upbeat and a positive guy, bro. I love Kendrick Bourne. I love him, but he just come back to the Niners. He
could really come to Arizona and help us out.
Us is so disgusting. Continue, man.
I hate that Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper is that tight end duo, because
Henry had his couple of games last season, man. Drake May had him doing his little thing last season.
Stop. You still got Mondre, but you draft Trevion Henderson to come be your dog. He's going to block in pass protection. He's going to be great in the pass game. He's going to be even better on the ground. You still have Antonio Gibson to be whatever the fuck you want him to be at this point. Will Campbell's going to come in and be elite. I'm so damn high on him. It's unbelievable. Jared Wilson at center. I'm not sure if he'll start day one. I would assume so, though. Where's he out of? Jared Wilson from where?
Couldn't tell you.
Crazy. Jared Wilson from Georgia, dog. Or Alabama.
See what you did there, dog?
So he's one of the big two, but I don't remember which one it is. They got Braden Swinson in the 5th round. He was a steal. Milton Williams and Harold Landry brought in for their D-line. Mike Vrabel he's so good, man.
And you get
he
Josh
overhauled
McDaniels
an entire
franchise.
There.
You get Josh, who sucks everywhere else but with the Patriots. It seems like whenever he goes off to do something else, he's terrible. But whenever he comes back to New England, he does a great job. So that should be good for Drake May and his development over there.
Christian Barmore is now healthy, and he was a stud when he was healthy. We know how good Robert Spillane can be back there at linebacker. You bring in Carlton Davis to be the number 2 next to Gonzo, which should be disgusting. They draft Andre blah, the kicker in like the 5th round. And as much as I don't like kickers, that motherfucker, he seemed like he got what the kids would like to say, aura.
Okay.
You maybe get Jabril back up to speed. I'm excited for the AFC East, man. You got Justin.
Okay, I understand why you're excited for I was gonna say I'm not excited for this division in general, but the Bills and not the Bills, because they're gonna be good, but the Patriots I think I'm excited for. But I understand.
I'm excited for the Patriots and the Jets, and then the Bills should be good. Yeah, I hate the Dolphins. I
understand that, but yeah, I'm expecting a big season from Drake May. Like we said, it's year 2. He had a great rookie season. Year 2, you get Josh McDaniels as your OC back there, so I expect a big season from him. You got your new weapons, revamped offense, like you talked about. And this team should be like, there's no reason why they should not be the 2nd best team in this division. I'm not going to say first because the Bills have that on lock, but there's no reason why this team shouldn't be at least a 9-win team. This team should be very competitive, very, very competitive. I think this is a team that could possibly sneak into a 7th spot, depending on what the wildcard teams look like, but I'm not asking them to. But if they're an 8 to 9-win team, I think this is a big win for the Patriots, because they have the talent to be a 7 seed if it breaks right for them. I like this a lot. Mike Vrabel's going to go there and instill a culture right away, which he already has done. And you got Josh McDaniels, like I've already alluded to, as your OC. So I like this offseason a lot in general for the Patriots, and I expect them to be a very fun and competitive team.
Is there anywhere where the Bills finish 3rd and Josh Allen stays healthy?
2nd is crazy for them to finish. 3rd is no chance. I'll call my mom right now, tell her to bet the house the Bills don't finish 3rd in the division. There's no chance. And you said if Josh Allen is healthy, there's no world where they finish third. Drake May could have like a breakout MVP caliber season and the Patriots finish first, but the Bills are not finishing third. They could, on a wild season finish second, but no chance are they third. No chance.
What if Justin has that MVP season?
Justin and Drake are doing it? Then holy shit. Then fuck it. Our house is gone. Then I'll bet the house, and if it happens, it happens. The house is gone. But there's just no chance that happens. No chance the Bills finish third in that division. It's just too weak of a division for them not to be first.
Nah, we rocking with Justin. You better get on the train.
Bills, Patriots, Jets, Dolphins. That's going to be the order of this division.
The Dolphins might end the season as my least watched team.
I don't think that's crazy. The Colts are up there for me. If Anthony Richardson starts the season off shitty, then I'm gonna check out early. But if they could either be one of my highest watched or my absolute.
The Browns too.
Oh, for sure, the Browns are a good one. I think the Steelers are up there too. I think the Steelers are going to be one of my least watched teams. The Saints. I'm very excited for the Raiders. Saints. I don't know if I'll watch more than 2 games.
It's not even the competition.
I don't know if I'll watch more than 2 games of the Saints. So yeah, there's a few teams that aren't going to get much watch time after week 4 or something like that for me. So, yeah.
Especially once they trade Chris Olave to my New York Jets so that he can pair back up with Garrett Wilson.
Can we count how many times you said my and how many different teams that was too? And let's just take in. We only talked about really 4 teams, and we've heard my fucking 7 times somehow this episode. We're only doing the AFC East, by the way.
I told you my teams for this year.
No, for sure. You're right.
And now if it changes before I'll lock in I'll narrow it down to 4.
Okay,
that I'm fully in on.
Okay, well we know the Ravens and Vikings are in there, so it's really down. You only got 2 spots because the Ravens and Vikings are locked. They're locked, and the Cardinals are. I want to say locked for the Cardinals too. So you really only got 1 spot. So you got some tough choices. And the way you love Bryce Young, your 4 might be locked right there. So we'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna be honest. The Panthers are damn close to being locked, and the Jets are probably closer than the Cardinals.
Okay, so
the Cardinals might have to fall out.
Okay, so that's your 4. So just fuck CJ.
It might have to be fuck CJ.
Okay.
CJ's too damn good. He don't need me to rock with him like.
Any world where the Ravens fall out?
Like no.
Yeah, okay. And the Vikings, I'm not even gonna ask. All right.
The Vikings got a higher chance of falling out than the Ravens.
Wow, your own team has a high. So, like, let me ask you: if Lamar Jackson got traded today, are the Ravens just gone?
Yes, the fuck.
So it's strictly just a Lamar Jackson thing. It's not well, it is Ravens, but it's a Lamar Jackson thing. And say Lamar Jackson gets traded wherever, that's added to the list. That team is added to the list.
Probably unless it's the Saints.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Lamar Jackson. The Saints for like the Colts.
Welcome.
Or the Niners.
Oh, okay. Yep. Anthony Richardson, man, the Colts. I've had stock in them for the last 3 seasons. I'm keeping my stock in because it's only gonna boom for me. It can't get any worse. I'm really hoping for a big season for them, man. I want Anthony Richardson to just put on a great season and the Colts to actually be good. Please.
Oh, I've been meaning to talk. I've been excited to talk to you because I had my my dynasty fantasy football draft.
Oh yeah, fuck you.
I had to text you and tell you that I moved on from Brandon Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
But we're running with CMC, and that's why we did it.
Okay. So you'll be rooting for us throughout the entire season. Okay, got it.
I flipped Ayuk for AJ Brown.
Wow. Okay, I think you picked the wrong number 11, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Bumped your damn head.
By the end of the season, Brandon Ayuk will be back in the top 10 talks. Actually, I don't know. It's wide receivers.
He can be top 10, and AJ Brown will still be top 4 talks.
Yeah. You're right. But I was gonna say even top 10 might be a stretch because it's a lot more crowded than it was a couple of seasons ago when he was there. But yeah, I guess good trade. So you got CMC and AJ Brown now. So I guess it makes sense. It made sense to move off from him. But I'm glad you're gonna be rooting for us this year. So add the Niners to one of the 4 teams. Lock.
Hell no.
Oh, no love for the Bills with Joey Bosa. No, that's not no chance. That's one of your teams.
No.
No.
Come on, what side of the ball he play on?
Oh, you're right.
I love Joey, but come on now.
So say if he just fucking
Aiden
switched to
Hutchinson.
offensive lineman, would that changes anything?
No, that makes it even like
Okay.
offensive lineman.
Okay. My fault.
If you say tight end, then maybe. But
okay. All right. Is that all we got for football?
That's all I have for football. And before so if you don't like wrestling, we love you. Go ahead. See you next week.
Later.
Next episode, I should say. When we started talking about wrestling, I told Hurlins, come summertime, I don't really have much time to watch stuff like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched every Sidemen video for like half a decade at this point, and it's taken me a whole week to get through one video. So I'm still watching WWE right now, but I don't know how much longer I got in me, especially because this shit is fucking garbage right now.
And I can't blame you because I remember when I asked you, I did say, I at least just need you locked in from January to Mania. And you gave me that, so I can't be mad at you for, unlocking during the summer. I can't be mad at you for
that. Saturday night's main event, Hurlins didn't even watch, so...
In real time. I didn't watch it live. I don't know the last episode of Raw or SmackDown or anything that I've watched live from start to finish. Like I've checked in live and then checked back out.
I don't watch none of it live.
I know you don't, but yeah, we were talking. I don't know if we got this when we were recording, but like there was an episode of SmackDown today. I haven't seen anything besides what I saw, the couple of clips I saw on Twitter, and it used to be like I made sure I didn't open Twitter or Instagram because I know the first thing I would fucking see a spoiler for SmackDown or Raw that was going on that night. Now I really don't give a fuck. SmackDown could start and I'll open Twitter right away. I really don't care anymore. It's just I don't know what's been going on these past few weeks. It's just been on a decline for me. But we're gonna talk about Saturday night's main event. Some cool things did happen that kind of piqued my interest, get me back in a little bit. But we'll see.
Last week's SmackDown and Raw were both very good.
Mm-hmm. The qualified matches have been very good as well. They've been enjoyable.
I love Money in the Bank.
I do too.
It's not the Rumble, but it's so good. We start off with CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker. The tag team match. And Sami Zayn was in this, so I was expecting him to win because he's just the greatest of all time. They go back and forth for a long time. And Punk entered last, by the way. That was surprising for me. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it?
Paul Heyman got involved at one point. I like that he's not just a manager anymore. He kind of be doing some dirty shit, and he grabbed Sami Zayn's foot.
Yeah.
And the ref was distracted later on. They kind of bullshit. Ref was distracted later on, and Bronson Reed comes in and puts Punk through the barricade. He throws him back in, allows Breaker to hit a spear on Sami Zayn, and they win. They're all standing in there with their arms. And I hate that they call him Big. Like, why is that his nickname? We see he's Big. You don't got to call him Big.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Oh, I despise it. But they get their third guy, finally. And this match was okay.
I'm just glad it wasn't Austin Theory because I never thought Austin Theory made any sense because he just wasn't built up to be that. So Bronson Reed, I think was a good option. I never knew who the perfect option was. I never had a guy that I was just locked in on and had to be this guy. But Bronson Reed, I'm fine with that. That works for me.
I just feel like they already have their tank, so they didn't really need another tank. They needed
I don't think they needed another guy in general, to be honest. But I understand that it made more sense to have 3 guys because Paul Heyman wasn't really going to get physical. So I understand why they added another guy. But yeah, it is a little odd because him and Braun Breaker kind of play the same role. Like you said, they are just going to destroy whoever they're across. You probably wanted somebody that maybe be on the mic.
I wanted like a
technician
play a different
role or be a high. Exactly. So it is a little odd, but I think Braun Breaker can play different roles, and Bronson Reed could just take over that I'm just gonna kill you role, and Braun Breaker could do something else. Cause I would like to see Braun Breaker be more than just I'm just gonna stand here in a suit and shades on and just be just looking cool. I would like to see Braun Breaker actually have a character.
He does really good at looking cool, though.
He does. He does.
Next up, we get Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green. Zelina Vega, I absolutely adore you. Chelsea Green, pass. This match was not fun to me.
This match was bad. It was bad. This was bad.
Zelina moves on to 5-0 against Chelsea. If we can move on. We get John Cena versus Ron Cena. John comes out to nothing once again, and the crowd is booing him. And then Ron, once again, Cena's music plays, and he's coming out as good Cena pretty much. And that shit killed me,
I saw this on, bro. I wish because Saturday Night's Main Event in the past has been a show you could absolutely miss. Even this one, I'm not saying you had to have been there, but the ones in the past is like, if you missed it, you didn't miss literally not a thing. But it's like this one, I was out and I checked my phone, I opened Instagram, and I saw this clip. I'm like, oh, John Cena came out to his music because I didn't have the sound on, but I just saw the Titantron. I'm like, oh, Cena's coming out. It's not just black and just saying John Cena. And R-Truth walks out, and I'm like, holy shit, man! I wish I was there to see that in real time. That's so good, bro. That is so good. He held up the towel, even talked to Stu, said it's time to go to work. Man, bro, R-Truth. Fuck them. The match, it was really whatever. I didn't really care about this match till when they announced it, but that was a cool little moment to have R-Truth come out to Cena's music and do his whole entrance. It was really cool.
It was amazing. And Cena looked pissed at the fans that they were cheering on Truth and everything. And oh man, is it impossible to hate R-Truth?
I'm ready for Cena to be a babyface again. By the way, I don't know if that's just me. Not that like when he turned heel, I was fine with him turning heel. It's not that I wanted him to stay babyface right away or go back to being babyface right away. It's just that what I've seen as him being a heel, I just really don't care for. Yeah, it's just not very good. So I'm ready for him to go back to a babyface. Whenever that happens, I'm waiting on it.
He was really good at it to start with. He just hasn't adapted at all. It's like been the same thing.
It's the same thing. He just says the same thing to the crowd, and it's just, I know, it's too one-dimensional. It feels like he's just trying too hard to play the bad guy, if that makes any sense, or it just doesn't come natural to him. And it's understandable. He's played the good guy for 25 years or whatever it is. So it's understandable, but I'm ready for him to have his little, I'm sorry guys, I messed up. I come to the light, he comes to the light that moment, and for him to come back to being a babyface.
Truth is all Cena's moves. Cena beats him with an AA and then smacks him in the face with the belt. And as we talked about a couple episodes ago, getting hit with the belt is now a KO.
And I said I hope that's not a thing that happens now, but it seems like that's the new thing. You get hit with the belt and the match is over, which I despise, but it is what it is.
You ever do a general manager mode on the WWE game?
That's all I play. That's all I play.
So you know how when you build up a rivalry, it can get stale?
Yeah.
The next match has gotten there for me. Drew and Damian have been great together. I'm so ready for them to find different rivals now.
I think it is over with now, but I wasn't in that camp. I know a lot of people felt that way. They were kind of over this, but I wasn't. I was fine with them having one more match. I do think it should have ended at Mania, especially with the way Drew McIntyre won that Claymore to the chair was insane, and I thought that was a nice way to end it. So I wasn't mad at them doing another match, but I definitely do think it dragged on for a bit, but I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't super upset over it.
There's no way that Priest just gets the last laugh, though, right? Like, they're going to have another match.
I don't think so, but I do think it is a bit odd that Priest... I think if the plan was for you to have another match, then maybe Priest should have won the first one and then have Drew win the second one to close out the series. But even then, I don't know. I think Drew should have won both, to be honest. But it is what it is. I just hate that that Priest won by walking out of the cage. That's what I'm not a huge fan of. That's
hit that concerto and just walked out like nothing happened.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah. Jey Uso, Logan Paul. No yeet.
You see Pat McAfee's promo at the Pacers game? That was so good.
I didn't.
Really? Wow, it was so good. It was so good. It got me hyped. And not even a fucking Pacers fan, but it got me hyped. He was
I
like,
saw
Spike
that.
Lee is over there. We got Timothy Chalamet over there. Ben's still over there. Let's send these sons of bitches packing back to New York with their ears ringing. It was hype as hell. He's pushing Rick Carlisle, trying to get him hyped. The bench was getting hyped with them, so it was a good promo.
I saw what's the series now? 3-2. So game 4. I saw that the Tyrese was like icing the game out, and Triple H was dapping him up through the fucking bench.
Yeah, true. I did see Triple H at the game. Yeah, shout out to the Pacers, man.
His
Y'all
bald,
better
wrinkly
fucking
head.
close it out tomorrow, please.
Y'all better fucking close it out
because
tomorrow.
if they don't close it out tomorrow, the Knicks are going to the finals. The Knicks are
that
going
midget
gonna
win it in game 7.
He's gonna win it. He's gonna win it. And the way Cat's been hooping, yeah, it's over if they don't win it tomorrow.
But we gonna win it tomorrow.
We gonna win it tomorrow. We gonna win it tomorrow.
Jay started the match with the headlock,
and then we gonna get our ass bust by OKC in the finals.
No, we win in the finals.
Oh, you're a Thunder fan. Okay. Jay.
I am a James Johnson fan.
Oh, okay. Thomas Bryant, former Heat too.
Thomas, no.
My fault.
Tony Bradley getting minutes last game. That shit threw me off big time.
Been getting minutes a couple of these games, yeah, but then he ended up getting hurt, so Thomas Bryant had to come back in, and it just. Go ahead. Sorry.
Shout out Spicy P. He just had an interview, or he was at his podium.
I saw. Yeah.
You see that clip?
Yeah.
That did a bozo.
No, for sure.
Anyways, Jey Uso starts with the headlock and some shoulder tackles. Logan hits a blockbuster from the middle rope to finally take control. He had a control for a little bit. Jey Uso finally fought back. He was getting ready to win with his splash. 1, 2. Cena pulls the ref out of the ring for whatever reason. He starts attacking at Jay as Logan's looking at him like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then QB1 finally comes back.
And this is what I saw on Instagram too. And this was when I was like, fuck, I should have stayed home and watched Saturday night's main event. Because me, my brother, and my friend had planned to, like, we're all going to come over. Well, he's going to come over to my house and we're all going to watch Saturday night's main event together. But then I forget what happened. Oh, we went to a barbecue or something. Then it led to us going out that night. And Saturday night's main event just ended up not happening at the house. And I saw QB. I opened Instagram. I see that quarterback 1 is back. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I've been waiting for this dude to come back. I've been begging for him to come back because WWE has been so stale and boring without him. And he comes back on bitch-ass Saturday night's main event when I'm not there to watch. Man, this hurt. But go ahead.
Logan tries to hit him with his brass knuckles. Misses big time. Jay spears him. Hits the splash for the win. And now we're getting a 2v2 at Money in the Bank.
That shit can miss me.
But
I'm happy to see Cody back. But that tag team match can miss me.
Nah, Logan and Cody in the same match is gonna be fire.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it'll be a great match, to be honest. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. I just don't care. What is this? What is this for? What is it for? What is this for? Logan and John Cena are just now the best of fucking buddies. Now they're tagged. Like, what is this for? What does this do? What does this solve? Like, what's the next step after this? Is it Cody going back after Cena's the title? Like, what is? And again, he maybe spoke about this on SmackDown, which I haven't watched yet. So, but this is just me speaking just based off of what happened on Saturday night's main event. What's the plan after Money in this tag team match? Like, where do we go from here? Because Jey Uso just goes on to face Gunther on the next episode of Raw, so he's out of that equation. He's out of this little story. Logan Paul, I don't see him going after this title. No way. And if he faces Cena, that's heel on heel. John Cena is supposed to be getting booed right now. Nobody in the world wants to cheer for Logan Paul, so that's not happening. And so what are we doing here? I just don't see the goal out of this tag team match. It just feels like a big match just to say we had a match, a fucking exhibition, an exhibition. It's just for the sake of it.
And on top of that, isn't John Cena like technically working for The Rock right now?
And The Rock and Logan Paul,
The Rock and Logan Paul don't fuck with each other at all.
Yeah. Fuck. Don't even bring up dude's name. Don't even bring up dude's name. That dude he don't got nothing to do with this. I don't know why Cena turned with him. Cena could have. WWE is in a weird spot right now, man. They got to figure it out. They got to figure it out. And that's
with the Rock.
Because if that music plays, I definitely will be glued to the screen and fucking turning up. But it's just like, while he's not here, man, fuck you. But when you come back, I love you.
When you come back, it's fuck you too until you prove me to not.
Fair. I can't be mad at you for that.
Because you on Santa's naughty list right now.
For sure. Absolutely.
Bitch ass Monday Night Raw. We just gonna speed through it. I'm so down to speed through it.
Let's speed through it.
Rollins, Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman kick off the show. They doing their little bullshit. First match of the night, we get Money in the Bank qualifier. Penta versus Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable. Gable versus two luchadors. Amazing storyline once again. Gable is amazing at wrestling. Penta is amazing at wrestling. And Dragon Lee told them bitches not to put me in catering again. They were amazing. Gable slaps Vikingo for whatever reason or disrespects him. Whatever you want to say.
At what you call it, Worlds Collide. For the Triple A championship or whatever it's called.
So Vikingo interfered and Penta wins. Liv Morgan's back. She walks in on Roxanne offering Dom his chicken nugs.
Hey, the Judgment Day is getting interesting. We've been hating on the Judgment Day these past couple of months. The Judgment Day with Roxanne Perez and this whole Liv being gone, and now she's back seeing her and Dom and Finn orchestrating this whole thing. Right, Raquel's a part of this too. The Judgment Day has been very interesting these past couple of weeks. Very, very interesting.
Finn was really pleased with himself for kind of making that rift between them.
Very.
We get Tozawa versus Rusev, and Sheamus comes out for the save. So we'll get Sheamus versus Rusev.
That was cool, but why did we have to do... He could have came back and just faced Sheamus right away. He could have just started that feud. Why did we have to do the Alpha Academy shit? Why?
I love Sheamus. I have not always loved Sheamus. I've loved Sheamus the last several years. Mm-hmm. I hated Sheamus because he beat up Hornswoggle in the Rumble the one year.
Okay.
But no, he didn't beat him up. Cena used Hornswoggle to fuck the new Nexus with Punk and Husky Harris and all them dudes. Mm-hmm. And then Sheamus came in and threw them both out. And it was always fuck Sheamus since then. But I love that Sheamus is willing to work with anybody. Like, you don't see such high-level guys just...
Man, and it's like, he's willing to do that, and when he could have been an Intercontinental Champion already, because he was gunning for that title for so long, never got it, and now he's just willing to do whatever. So shout out to you, Sheamus. Pro's pro, even though he should have beat Braun Baker at WrestleMania for the title, but it is what it is. But pro's pro. Shout out to you, Sheamus.
We get another triple threat between New Day, Creed Brothers, and the War Raiders. I don't give a fuck about any of these teams, but can we please stop with the... Like, the Creeds need a push so bad.
I hate that version of the fucking triple threat tag team match. I hate the two people in. You can tag anybody. I despise it. Why not just do three guys, one person from each team in? I hate the two people when there's three teams.
Like, why would I tag in the other team?
Why? It's terrible. I hate it so much. It never made sense to me, ever.
Jey Uso tries to have a segment, immediately interrupted by Gunther, and they do a whole lot of their previous storyline, but it just continues on again.
Jey Uso was bad in that promo. Was bad. It felt like he forgot everything he was supposed to say. He paused like 5 different times. That promo was not good whatsoever. Hopefully this is just a one-match thing and they're just done, because that promo was awful from Jey Uso. Was awful.
Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan. And Kairi Sane, is she getting a push? She had Rhea last week, like, right?
It was her, Rhea, and Zoe, and then Zoe ended up getting hurt. So yeah, but Rhea beat her. But I hope so.
I'm so glad I just mentioned that, because I wanted to talk about Zoe last week. I think Zoe is phenomenal, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's in like the next string of cuts. Because
I don't think she will be. I think, they can be a bit harsh, but I don't think they'll do that to her. She's had a history of knee injuries, and now she would assume is going to be out for a while with another knee injury. I don't think they'll do that to her.
Where's Dakota?
Because That is different. That is different. That is different. They got rid of both of Zoe's partners in PFC and Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler. So that showed that like they could have just canned that entire group and got rid of everybody. But that showed that they have some belief in Zoe Stark. She looked promising when she was doing that whole thing with Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch. So I still have faith in Zoe Stark. She's damn good. So I think, they give her another chance after she comes back from injury. And then if she doesn't pan out, then it's fair to say maybe she's part of the releases. But I don't think they should release her based off of this injury.
Kyrie Sane versus Liv Morgan. Kyrie Sane was set up for her insane elbow late in the match, and Roxanne comes up and pushes her from the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
She immediately starts arguing with Raquel Rodriguez, and it distracts Liv. It allows Kyrie to kind of stack her up and steal the win.
Yeah, Raquel asked her like, "What are you doing out here?" And like the mic picked up like Roxanne was like, "You knew about this" or something like that. So it's interesting to see. It might be the entire Judgment Day turning on Liv. We'll see what's gonna happen here. But the Judgment Day have me very interested right now. Very, very interested.
I would never turn on Liv.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Lyra Valkyrie out there talking about Becky, and she pretty much did the same thing that Jay and Gunther did, where they just continued the same storyline. But
one of the better feuds going on right now, I think. I'm enjoying
for sure. She disagreed with Becky getting a title match again just because it's Becky Lynch. They had a little. Becky came out right after that, and they went back and forth for a while. My favorite line of the entire thing was when Becky said that even though she lost, she still went home a winner. And Lyra said, "Your hot husband. You mean the only thing talented about you."
Yeah.
Bar.
This feud does need Bayley though. It's about time we insert Bayley somehow because she can't just fucking get her ass beat by Becky Lynch, get taken out of WrestleMania, and not be inserted into this feud. So I think this needs her in their next match. When's their next match? Money in the Bank, whenever it is. I think this needs her. Then you have a triple threat between the two, and then it branches off from there. But I think this feud it needs Bayley because I don't think you can just have 3 matches of this feud just these two. So I think Bayley should get inserted any week now.
To close the night, we had 3 of the best in the company on a random Monday Night Raw. We had Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, and I'm killing for a Finn Balor push at some point.
I think it's gonna happen soon. I'm calling it now. May 31st, 2025. Herlin said it. SummerSlam. Finn Balor beats Dominic Mysterio for the IC title.
You think Dom hold it that long?
Yeah. Well, even if he doesn't, I think Finn is the person to take it off of him. I think it'll be at SummerSlam.
Late in the match, Sammy about to win, and Bronson Reed and Broad Baker come out and kind of make their presence known. They level Sammy on the outside, and it's just Seth and Finn on the inside. Dom tries to interfere a little bit, but didn't do a whole lot. And then Seth hits a stomp with a steel chair. I think that when Finn did the coup de grace into the stomp from Seth into the Helluva Kick from Sammy, that was a really cool moment. But Seth won, like we.
Yeah,
I can't even say like we expected him to, because when did we see someone that like high profile in the Money in the Bank?
Drew McIntyre last year.
Was Drew McIntyre last year as big as Seth is right now?
No, but high profile enough, I think. But Dom did that same like slide in the chair like he did for Liv last year when he was like faking like he didn't want Liv to win. He supposedly slid it to Becky to help Becky, then Liv ended up using it to win. Now he's supposedly sliding it to Finn to help Finn win, and Finn ends up losing by it. So I think this is setting up for them to have their eventual, match, and I think Finn takes that belt off of him.
I hope so.
Damn.
Seth demanded his little goons, his little dick riders to beat down Sammy and Jay after Jay had come out, and then Punk's music hit. Damn. And then Punk's music hits, and he comes in from behind, hits him with the go to sleep, and Punk ends the show standing tall.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, WWE. I've lost interest.
I'm hoping Money in the Bank is damn good. I think Money in the Bank may be the thing that makes or breaks this summer coming up for me in the WWE. I'll still be, tuned in, but it's really make or break for me because and depending on what happens with Cody, I'm gonna go watch SmackDown. No, I'm not gonna watch SmackDown after this, bro. I'm so tired. I have not been able to.
Me
How have you been with the Army? Have you been better? You've been waking up. I know you said when you have to wake up, you be waking up. Yeah, like I can't even stay up past like 1:30 anymore. Like 1:30 a.m. anymore. It's ridiculous. I get so tired. Like I'll be on my phone and then it'll literally just fall out of my hands and I fall asleep and then I wake up a couple minutes later. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like I can't stay up late anymore. I don't know what it is. Well, obviously I know what it is. It's this new job, but it's like fuck, bro. I just can't do it. It's not bad, but it's just I'm not.
I'm in
Capable
bed
of
by
it.
11 every night.
I'm laid down by 11:30, but I'm probably falling asleep around 12:30 or 1 ish. Cause like once it hits like 1 a.m., it's like I can't even fucking fight it anymore. I'm just fucking passing out. But I
Yeah.
start getting tired by like 10 p.m. It's ridiculous. This new job has me fucking exhausted, man.
Growing
Exhausted.
up.
No, that's what my
Hell
brother's been
yeah.
telling me. My brother's like, nah, you finally working real people hours, man. You're not fucking working no 4 to 12 anymore. You're not getting off at midnight anymore. You working real people hours. Because my brother be talking about, so he's like, man, it's so weird. Like I wake up and it's like you're already getting ready for work or you already left the house. It's like it's 7 a.m. and I'm looking for you. It's like you're already at work. He's like, it's just so weird seeing you already gone and at work that early in the morning. And it's like, yeah, man, but I love working the morning shift so much more because it's like when I was working the night shift, it's like, yo, Herlins, what you doing this day? 8 p.m. You trying to hang out? We got this party, Herlins. You want to do this? You want to play some games? I work. Oh, you can come a little later. You can come like an hour later or something. Oh, we can push it back for you. No, I don't get off at 9. I'm getting off at fucking 12:30 midnight. It's just like, bro. So I just wasn't able to do a bunch of things. Now that I work the morning, it's like I'm free to do whatever afterwards. So it's like it's just so much more freeing. It feels like I have so much more time in my day rather than working the fucking night shift at Winn-Dixie, which I've gone back to work a couple of times, but I think that's over. I don't think I'm going back anymore. Those couple of times I went in, it's just been I didn't miss it one bit. So I think I'm over Winn-Dixie.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, we got it, motherfucker.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys watching. We plan on having an episode next week. We'll see what happens then. But check back in next week. We'll be here. Sub if you're new. The TikTok will be back up and running soon. I promise you. Within the next week, we will have another TikTok up. And I posted a TikTok of me surprising Suja. If you want to go watch that vlog on TikTok, tiktok.com/Herlins if you want to go watch that. Go ahead. What'd you have to say?
Love y'all.
Oh, peace. We'll see you guys next week.